Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the Heaven on Earth Prayer Collective. Um, just checking in. The audio is a little bit quieter. Is that what I'm hearing? Let's see if we can get that a little louder. Yeah, great. So, how's the sound now? Is that better? Is that louder? Okay, great. Oh, I've had one of those frustrating mornings, and I'm still here, and that's what leadership looks like. It's not about perfect circumstances or always having as much support as you might need in the moment. It's about showing up to the prayer that is praying you, and just showing up for real no matter what. And I'm just like really grateful to be here with you today. There's so much happening in the world with this eclipse portal. Tomorrow morning, we're experiencing a lunar eclipse in Taurus. And this is the last Taurus eclipse that we're going to be experiencing for a while as we head into a different configuration next year and a different axis point. And I have to say, although these Taurus Scorpion eclipses that we've been kind of rolling through over the past few years have been intense. They've been extremely transformative for me. How about for you? It's just like sometimes what is the most uncomfortable can be the most life-changing. And I'm happy that we rescheduled today's prayer call to happen today so that we could all come together in this eclipse energy and welcome the sanctuary of the ascended master's consciousness, but also the Sophia Christ consciousness that exists within us and within all that is. Everything that is of love is rooting us on. Everything that is divine is rooting us on. Everything that created the world's a form, everything that created you and your soul is rooting you on. And it doesn't mean there won't be challenges in life. It doesn't mean there won't be pain in life. It means that you are loved through it all. And it's really remarkable to witness how much love is in this global community, how so many people choose to show up and pray together every month here as part of the Sophia Code Foundation's ministry with the Prayer Collective. And thank you to each and every one of you for reading the Sophia Code, discovering the Sophia Code, activating your divine genome with the key code initiations, taking the time to learn how to go deeper with your higher self in the Stargate 1 curriculum, considering your spiritual leadership with the Stargate 2 curriculum. These are curriculums that were all channeled from the Ascended Masters, just like the book, so that you and I could learn how to spiritually mature together and make a major difference in the world together. And yeah, I'm just really celebrating how much inner work and how much empowerment every single member of our community is dedicated to. So with that said, I got a pretty strong message today to wear both my Joan of Arc pendant for today's prayer call that I designed. And then I recently have been studying with an equine teacher in New Mexico every month. And so on my recent trip to New Mexico, I was guided to this white buffalo fetish necklace, and it's been helping me a lot as the world sort of melts down in its addiction to war. And so I really wanted to bring in, I'm grateful that reading with the Magdalens, because as you know, Joan of Arc is a Magdalene, opened this space. The sword of truth, the sword of, when Joan rode into banner, she rode into battle. She rode with her banner. Her sword was by her side, but it was her banner that she rode into battle with. Our banner, and on her banner, what did it proclaim? Jesu Maria, the Christ consciousness of that which created us. That's what she rode into battle with her activated gifts and her communion with God. That's what won the battle. And White Buffalo Woman and the White Buffalo are a messianic transmission, an embodiment, mentorship for us in how to step up and be way showers of, what does it actually mean to be the peacekeepers, to be the people of peace? What does this actually mean? And I'd love for us to read from the Sophia Code out loud, if you would, from page 288. It's the last page of the White Buffalo Woman's revelations in chapter 12, before her initiation. And I'd like to read the last 3 paragraphs together from the Sophia Code. I'm feeling White Buffalo Woman so strong. When I did my Circle of Empowerment invocation, I just felt her and the buffalo and the grandmother so strongly. I was doing my invocation as I was walking my new puppy, Lucky, and she seemed to really like the invocation. I think that's the first time she's seen me do the invocation, and the first time she's been old enough to understand what I'm doing. She gave me a little woof after the Key Code 7 invocation, and it seemed like she really liked White Buffalo Woman, and the White Buffalo was super cute. So let's begin with the last 3 paragraphs on page 288. These are the words of White Buffalo Woman in the Sophia Code. With personal integrity comes personal peace. When you live in peace with yourself, it becomes possible to make your contribution to the divine plan for Mother Earth's ascension. Mother Earth's ascension is dependent on humanity growing up enough to actually walk in peace with one another. My people call this contribution mending the sacred hoop of all life. Mentoring with me eventually aligns every aspect of your life to live in total integrity with the divine plan of your higher self, to joyfully participate in humanity's reconciliation with the earth. I bring peace to the hearts of those who carry a great prayer within them for humanity and Mother Earth's ascension. That's what I felt this morning. I was so upset about how much is happening in the Middle East, and I was praying for the hearts of all people all over the world. And when I invoked White Buffalo Woman, I just felt so much peace. She says, I bring peace to the hearts of those who carry a great prayer within them for humanity and Mother Earth's ascension. There are so many imbalances to reconcile between humanity and the earth that your personal prayer and mission may feel overwhelming and heavy within your heart. That's how I was feeling this morning. How have you been feeling? You can share in the chat. It's just so heavy right now on the world stage. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to name it. It's okay to share what you're feeling about this. What happens in this paragraph? White Buffalo Woman goes on to say, take courage, for I have come to radiate my Sophia Christ light before you and make the way ahead easier for fulfilling the prophecies of your own heart's prayer. As you pray with me, I open the sky of unlimited potential within you, and I bless your prayers with the lightning of my illumination. So this is such medicine for our hearts at this time, to know that we never intended to face these atrocities. We never intended to face humanity's addiction to war. We never intended to face global human trafficking and the impact of these alien civilizations on humanity. We were never intended to come here alone. We came here knowing the ascended masters of the Sophia Dragon tribe were going to walk with us. We came here knowing that Seraphim were going to protect us. We came here with the soul knowledge that individual brilliant Christ lights, such as Jesus and White Buffalo Woman and Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary, that they were going to be walking ahead of us, guiding and mentoring us in our great prayer. Let's reread that sentence together. I was shown one vision of today's prayer call, but this morning on my walk, something different came in, and this is what came in, is this section of the Sophia Code. So thank you for exploring this with me. White Buffalo Woman, let's read that together again. Take courage. That means you actually have to reach for it, grab it, claim it. Take courage, she's saying. Find it within you and take it. It's yours. Courage is a divine virtue that's actually yours because it's a part of who you are, part of your soul. She's saying, take courage, for I have come to radiate my Sophia Christ light before you. So imagine White Buffalo Woman walking in front of you, shining like the sun, radiating out in every direction. Would you feel differently about being here on earth if White Buffalo Woman was shining in her radiance before you? Yeah. It's a different experience about being in your light work. It's no longer just up to you. You're co-creating with the masters. And in that co-creation, you are taking courage and remembering how to be the master yourself. No one's asking you to do it alone. That's what we learn in the Stargate 1 curriculum. Let's keep talking. Let's keep reading, sorry. White Buffalo Woman continues to say, as you pray with me, I open the sky of unlimited potential within you and bless your prayers with the lightning of my illumination. So what she's saying is, your prayers are clarified, amplified, and even merge with the lightning of her enlightened perspective of what needs to be prayed for at this time. So part of what we need to pray for at this time is discernment, because there's not just war and violence, an addiction to violence is playing out on the global stage. There's also the war of the media. To be quite honest, there's a war of lies. There's a war vying for your attention, attempting to get you to pick a side. But genocide doesn't know any side. There is so much genocide happening all over this planet. Good luck trying to sort out what's actually happening. Because what the media wants to do is to continue to divide us, and then divide us again, and then divide us again into little tiny factions, when we should all be unified in our consciousness that there is actually no need for war. There's no need for it. We are far more intelligent than the need for war. Look at how far we can develop technology. War is used to keep a certain level of society in power. That's it. It's not what most humanity wants. And picking sides is not actually helping anyone. Praying for everyone that's being devastated is the prayer. It is the calling. It is the mission. You have to be really careful about what you're seeing. So much of the mainstream news is made up. That's not to say these things aren't happening. The irony of a lot of these bombings and what is happening is that it's been happening for over 20 years. We've just got a geopolitical nightmare in our hands where many nations are being pitted against one another in an escalation that desperately wants to keep your attention. But as White Buffalo Woman is sharing in the Sophia Code, your attention needs to be here on your heart, on what you can become as a way shower of peace and co-creation with the Ascended Masters. So let's keep reading this next paragraph. White Buffalo Woman says, I come to activate the master within you that is ready to align with and for all of Sophia's creation, joining you in the same prayer for global peace. Isn't this interesting? Not only do you want peace, but all of creation wants peace, maybe whether it knows it or not. There's a prayer independent of what we are taking in as the nightmare of this world that is praying for peace alongside us. White Buffalo Woman goes on to say, my presence overlights your awareness to accept and receive that all of creation is working together to orchestrate the answers to your prayers. It is in your willingness to participate in this great prayer with me that we will call forth the healing rains, enlightening reconciliation of the divine feminine grace and power that is ordained to usher in a new paradigm of right relations with all that is. White Buffalo Woman is saying it is the divine feminine principle of consciousness within you that is ordained. That means it has been declared by creation that this is the principle of consciousness that ushers in a new paradigm of right relations with all that is. It is the divine feminine that intuitively knows how to bring all things back into harmony and balance, not the wounded feminine, the divine feminine. The divine mother who gave birth to all life. She knows exactly how things are meant to be in order and in harmony with one another.